The world of motorcycling has always been about emotion, control, and the silent bond between man and machine. But every once in a while, a motorcycle comes along that doesn't just follow the rules of engineering, it rewrites them. The year 2025 marks the rebirth of a legend, a machine that carries a legacy carved from racetracks, technology born from MotoGP, and a soul crafted for the streets. This is the Yamaha R1 2025. When you stand before it, the first thing that captures your attention isn't just the way it looks, it's the way it feels. Sharp, aggressive, yet graceful. Every curve of its aerodynamic body seems alive, sculpted by the wind itself. Under the soft glow of showroom lights, the R1 2025 doesn't merely rest it waits, as if aware that its true purpose begins only when the throttle twists. Yamaha's engineers have always believed that speed without soul is meaningless. That philosophy echoes through every bolt and line of this motorcycle. The 2025 R1 is not a mere evolution, it's a reinvention. It carries within it the beating heart of a 998cc crossplane inline four-engine mechanical symphony capable of producing more than 200 horsepower. But the magic isn't in the numbers. It's in the way this engine breathes, how each cylinder fires in perfect rhythm, giving that raw, distinctive R1 growl that riders recognize even with their eyes closed. Listen closely, and you'll hear the whisper of titanium valves, the rush of air through redesigned intake ducts, the deep pulse of a tuned exhaust. This sound isn't noise, it's emotion rendered mechanical. For 2025, Yamaha has refined the ECU mapping and traction algorithms, bringing smoother torque delivery, especially at mid-range speeds. That means power you can feel, not just measure. But what truly defines the R1 2025 isn't raw performance alone, it's the mind inside the machine. This bike is smarter than ever. It carries a 6-axis IMU system that reads pitch, roll, and yaw in milliseconds, adjusting traction, slide, and wheel lift control before you even realize the road has changed. The ride feels supernatural, as if an invisible guardian angel balances you through every curve. The new chassis design features lightweight aluminum delta box framing, offering perfect rigidity without unnecessary mass. Yamaha engineers borrowed lessons straight from the YZRMs at the MotoGP program, giving the R1 a sharper corner entry and improved high-speed stability. Every gram shaved off, every weld perfected, contributes to that sensation when rider and machine become one. Then comes the electronic suite, true masterpiece of modern engineering. You'll find next-generation, ride-by-wire, throttle control, adaptive suspension that adjusts damping in real time, cornering and launch control that feels like rocket science tamed for asphalt. The TFT display now features a customizable layout inspired by MotoGP dashboards, offering a crystal clear view even in direct sunlight. Move your eyes across the bike and you'll see an obsession with detail. Carbon fiber winglets stretch subtly from its fairing, not for show, but for function, providing downforce that keeps the front wheel grounded at blistering speeds. The LED headlamps, sharp and predatory, carve through darkness with an intensity that feels alive. Every surface tells a story of performance meeting art. Yet, beyond the numbers and technology, the R1 2025 carries something into. Since its first appearance in 1998, the R1 has been more than a motorcycle. It has been a statement, a declaration that Yamaha understands the heart of the rider. Every version since then has pushed boundaries, redefining what a letter-class superbike could be. And now, in 2025, the R1 rises again, not just as a machine, but as a reminder that passion never fades, it evolves. Imagine this. The rider steps closer. Gloved hands trace the tank, feeling the cold metal warm under touch. A soft click, the ignition lights up. The dash comes alive in shades of blue and white. The heartbeat of the engine begins with a low growl, rising into a roar that fills the air with pure electricity. The road ahead stretches endlessly. There's no sound now except the pulse of the R1 and the rhythm of your own breath. The R1 2025 is not about destination, it's about transformation. Each kilometer turns into a story of balance, precision, and thrill. As you lean into corners, the tires bite with confidence. The suspension reads the terrain, and the aerodynamic body cuts through wind like a blade. You are not riding anymore. You are flying close to the earth. At city speeds, it's civilized, almost polite. The clutch feels light, the throttle precise. But twist that grip on an open stretch, and everything changes. The beast wakes. Acceleration comes like a wave, smooth yet unstoppable, pushing you forward with breathtaking force. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 3 seconds. The wind screams past your helmet, but inside, there's silence, a rare piece that only speed can offer. Yamaha calls it human-machine unity, and nowhere is that philosophy more alive than here. Every sensor, every mechanical response seems tuned to human instinct. It's as if the R1 can feel your heartbeat and adjust its rhythm to match. Corner after corner, you forget where the bike ends and you begin. For 2025, the design language has shifted slightly more minimal, more aerodynamic, with precision lines inspired by fighter jets. The paint options include a new lunar blue, metallic, and shadow black edition, both embedded with micro-reflective particles that shimmer under sunlight. The new aerodynamic mirrors hide micro-LED indicators, while the tail section has been reduced for that razor-sharp racing silhouette. The rider's seat has been reshaped for ergonomic perfection. Yamaha's new smartphone technology automatically adjusts firmness depending on riding, posture, and duration. For long rides, it softens slightly. For aggressive track sprints, it firms up instantly. Small details, yes, but they transform how the R1 feels beneath you. And then there's the lighting system, a masterpiece in itself. Adaptive LED matrix lights adjust their focus depending on lean angle and speed. At 120 kilometers per hour, the beam narrows for distance. At low speeds, it widens to reveal corners. It's as if the motorcycle sees the road for you. Everywhere you look, you see passion turned into design. Even the fuel tank cap, sculpted with micro texture, reduces glare and adds grip. The frame welds, now laser finished, show no seams, pure symmetry. The seat stitching forms subtle R1 emblems visible only under certain light, a secret left between bike and rider. Yamaha has also embraced sustainability. The R1 2025 uses lighter alloys and eco-friendly composites, reducing total emissions during production by 15%. The catalytic converter system meets Euro 6 standards without compromising exhaust tone, a rare achievement. When you take the R1 2025 out of the city and into open country, you realize how complete this machine truly is. At 200 kilometers per hour, stability feels absolute. There's no vibration, no hesitation, just smooth power delivery, as if the road itself bends in respect. The aerodynamic design channels air efficiently, reducing drag and keeping you planted. The tires, developed in collaboration with Bridgestone, use a hybrid compound offering unmatched grip in both wet and dry conditions. The braking system dual, 320 millimeters, discs up front with calipers provides the kind of control that makes you fearless. One touch, and the R1 obeys instantly, with no drama, no delay. But perhaps what makes the R1 2025 truly extraordinary is how it makes you feel. This isn't a bike you simply ride, it's a bike that teaches you. It challenges you to refine your reflexes, to push beyond hesitation, to trust its precision completely. In return, it rewards you with a sensation that words struggle to describe. Perfect blend of control and chaos, discipline and freedom. Some say motorcycling is a sport. Others call it an escape. For Yamaha, it's an art form. Every R1 built carries the soul of Japanese craftsmanship, the pursuit of perfection through simplicity and purpose. In 2025, that pursuit reaches its peak. The new R1 is not just faster or smarter, it's more human. The artificial intelligence learning module inside the ECU adapts to each rider's style, storing subtle throttle and braking data to refine responses over time. Your bike literally learns who you are, becoming an extension of your instincts. It's technology in service of emotion, not domination. As night falls, the R1's silhouette against city lights feels almost poetic. The hum of its engine echoes like a heartbeat in the distance. Every reflection on its fairing tells a story of where it's been and where it's meant to go. It's not just a machine built to travel through space, it's built to travel through time, carrying Yamaha's legacy into the future. Years from now, when electric machines rule the streets, people will still remember The R1 2025 as one of the last true expressions of mechanical artistry, symbol of speed, soul, and human connection. Because even as technology evolves, one truth remains unchanged. Emotion is timeless. And the R1 2025 is pure emotion on two wheels. When you finally park it after a long ride, the cooling engine crackles softly. You remove your helmet, and for a moment, the world is silent. The air smells of asphalt and adrenaline. You look at the bike sleek still, powerful, and realize it's more than metal and fuel. It's a mirror, a reflection of every dream you've had about freedom, courage, and control. That's the Yamaha R1 2025. Not just the return of speed, the return of something deeper, the soul of motion itself.